Hello again, everybody. Um, Welcome to another episode of Jody Talks About Shit on the Internet that he really, really shouldn't. Um, but I'm starting to run out of ideas. Um, I don't think I've ever actually talked about this on camera beyond maybe mentioning it offhand. Um, so, last couple days, I've been tweeting out uh, things like, I'm in a bad place, prayers and kind thoughts, please. And for those of you that watch the channel regularly, you know that means that I'm going through a depressive funk, um, and I'm using that as a way to deal with it. Um, it's not, fishing for compliments or anything. It's one of the ways, by identifying it in a public space, it makes it easier for me to deal with it, because I'm not trying to fool myself into thinking, oh, it's just this or this. I define it. I go, hey, I'm in a depressive funk. That's what this means to me. And then I go, okay, I know this is bad. I know it's not going to be fun, but I also know I'm going to get through it. And that's generally how it works. This time it's different. I've been kicking around whether or not I wanted to record this for a number of reasons. One, it's insanely personal. And two, I'm not sure what's going to happen when I actually talk about it. So, yeah. For those of you wondering, I am 100% terrified right now of what's going to happen when I go to bed tonight, and what's going to happen when I wake up tomorrow. When I was very young, uh, something happened to me that I'm not going to give a whole lot of details on for a number of reasons. Probably the biggest of which is you all don't need to know about it. My understanding, I believe there's, I think, about 4 people in the world that know all the details I know. Um, Suffice it to say, it was something that was traumatic enough that my brain decided I couldn't handle it, and repressed the memory. There's a portion of my childhood that is completely inaccessible to me. I have no idea what happened in that window of time. However, there are certain things that will trigger me to think about that time, and I go kind of crazy. I become very much irrational, and it's bad. A couple days ago, reading some stuff on Twitter, and it triggered something, and the portions of my memory that have been repressed started unrepressing. And I don't know what to do. I don't even know if it's real. See, that's the unique thing about traumatic experiences when you're a child. Your brain can't figure out what's going on, and it does a lot of things to help you get through it. Our brains are crazy, incredibly complex like that. And so sometimes when things like this happen, memories can be implanted that never actually happened. It's one of the reasons why psychologists are very careful when dealing with people that are reliving traumatic moments and things like that, because if they ask the wrong questions, they can actually create memories that didn't actually happen. Unfortunately for the person, they feel like real memories. They feel like they actually happen, and it's an incredibly bizarre, strange process. Um, so part of me isn't sure if these things that I'm starting to get, just these brief, just tiny glimpses of, are real, or things that I've kind of made up to explain why it is I can't deal with this. Um, I really don't know what to do. I've thought about getting professional help to see what that'll do. Um, I haven't really made a decision about that yet. Um, I don't feel like my life is in danger or anything like that, but I just don't know. I'm terrified of living through this experience again. I'm terrified to find out that it was nothing and that my brain just created something out of nothing. I'm, I don't know, but I've been taking a few days off from everything to try and deal with this. Um, yeah, you guys are actually the first people I've told that this specifically is what's happening, and I was hoping through talking about it that I'd at least be able to come up with a decision as to, I guess, what to do next. Um, Earlier today, I had a bit of a meltdown and just freaked out completely. Got to the point where I thought I was going to suffocate from nothing. Like, I wasn't choking. I wasn't. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Um, and then after some calming exercises and finding ways to keep my mind occupied, I was able to get to the point where I could record this. I still haven't made a decision on whether or not I'm going to try and get professional help, or whether or not I feel personally that that'll make it worse. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens tonight and tomorrow. When I can keep my mind occupied, I'm fine. I can actually, I was playing Final Fantasy XIV earlier today. I was able to enjoy myself and have fun and smile and laugh. And I just finished watching a movie, and I was fine during the movie. But as soon as my brain becomes unoccupied, things start happening. So, yeah, like I said, I thought that this would be a nice starting point for me to deal with this. I've known since I realized that there was a part of my memory that I couldn't access, that this was going to happen eventually. Eventually, my brain was either going to get tired of hiding it or decide that I was ready to deal with it, and I would have to. I just wasn't quite expecting it so suddenly. I thought it would be something that I could just decide, no, now I'm going to deal with this, and I didn't really get that choice. So, yeah, that's why I've been kind of absent from everything. It's why I go to encounters. Um, I'm just trying to deal with this in as healthy a way as physically possible. Um, so yeah, um, I know I say it on Twitter all the time, but if you guys could pray for me, if you believe in that. If you don't believe in it, go ahead and pray anyways. I'm sure it's been a while since God heard from me. Um, Otherwise, kind thoughts are appreciated. They really, really are. Um, a lot of the times, it's nice to know that somebody out there is just saying, "Hey, I care about you. I'm here." You know, there's an actual person in the world that cares that I'm going through this. So anyway, I'm going to get back to occupying my mind for a little bit before I try and get some sleep, and I will see how I'm doing tomorrow. Um, Again, anyone that prays for me or says nice things, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. And I will talk to you guys some other time. Bye-bye.